Good morning, all. Today we can start with our fourth module. Actually, in your syllabus, it is third module. Okay, I have completed the fourth module, and in your syllabus, it is third module. So here, the contents are mainly you have to study MOSFET amplifiers and multistage amplifiers. In MOSFET amplifiers, first of all, you have to analyze MOSFET in DC conditions, then MOSFET amplifiers, and biasing of these amplifiers, and by drawing small signal equivalent circuit, you can analyze and find the voltage, current, gain, input, output impedance of CS configuration, as we have previously done in the case of common emitter amplifier. Okay, and then other two CST common source stage with different loads have to study. Then in multi-stage amplifier, effect of cascading and cascade amplifiers. Okay, so before going to the syllabus, I'm just going to refresh the basic concepts about MOSFET. Okay, so as you know, transistor is a semiconductor device which is used to either amplify the signal or to act as an electrically controlled switch. That are the major applications of a transistor. So, coming to the classification of transistor, mainly we can classify transistors into two types. That is bipolar junction transistors and field effect transistor. In bipolar junction transistor, you have two types, NPN and PNP. As you know, bipolar junction transistor is a bipolar device. That is, both holes and electrons contribute to the current flow. Okay, and we can say it is a current controlled device. Coming to the field effect transistor, it is a unipolar device that is either holes or electrons will contribute to the current, and it is a voltage controlled device. Okay. These field effect transistors are of mainly two types, that is junction field effect transistor and a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. And in junction field effect transistor, that can be N channel or P channel, and it is operating only in single mode, that is depletion mode. Now coming to the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, it can be both depletion mode or enhancement mode. Enhancement type are there. In both, there will be N channel or P channel MOSFET will be there. Coming to the field effect transistor, we can say field effect transistor is a three-terminal device. That is, the terminals are source, gate, and drain. That is similar to our emitter, base, and collector in BJT. Here we have source, gate, and drain. Okay, and it is a voltage controlled device or field controlled device. That is why we are calling it as field effect transistor. It is a voltage controlled device, and it can be used in amplifier and switching applications. And one of the major important characteristics of FET is high input impedance. So input impedance of MOSFET will be very high compared to BJT. And you can see the different, that is voltage control device. In the figure, you can see in the first figure, we are showing the case of BJT. That is, in BJT, here, input current IB. It is controlling the working, or that IC is controlled by input current IB. You can say it is a current controlled device. Okay. Coming to FET, it is a voltage controlled device. That is this control voltage between gate and source. This is our gate, drain, and source. Okay. So the voltage between this gate and source, this VGS, controls the drain current ID. So we can say FET is a voltage controlled device and BJT is current controlled device. Okay. Now coming to MOSFET, actually, നിങ്ങളുടെ സിലബസിൽ MOSFET ആണ് പഠിക്കാനുള്ളത്. Okay. So coming to MOSFET, as the name indicates, it is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It is actually, this MOSFET is an important device used in design and construction of integrated circuit. The main reason for using MOSFET in ICs are its smaller area requirement. Okay, it's smaller area requirement and low power dissipation. Okay, so compared to BJT, its MOSFET requires smaller area and it requires low power for the operation. So that in integrated circuits, that is in IC, we are preferring MOSFET than BJT. So in most applications, we are using MOSFET as a transistor. So it has already told it is three-terminal device, source, gate, and drain. But we can say in many cases there will be an additional terminal labeled as SS, substrate or body. Okay, it will be there. In majority of applications, this substrate is connected to source. Okay. The basic transistor principle is that, as already told, the voltage between two terminals, that is between gate and source, that will control the current through the third terminal, that is current through the drain. Okay, so we can see the construction and symbol. That is, we can say in N-channel MOSFET. In N-channel MOSFET, here is the structure of an N-channel MOSFET. You will be having a P-type substrate. Substrate means upon which the component is fabricated. Okay, it will be silicon material, and you will be having two heavily doped N regions, that is shown as N plus. Two heavily doped N region, and there will be a channel between these two regions. This heavily doped N region act as the source and drain regions. We can say these are source and drain. Okay. And upon which you will be having an oxide layer, that is silicon dioxide. This is the oxide layer. And on silicon dioxide, we are depositing some metal which forms the gate of the transistor. That is here actually metal oxide semiconductor. That is why we are calling it as metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, because here there is a metal layer, oxide layer, and a semiconductor layer. So we can say this metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. And this heavily doped N region act as source and drain in an N-channel MOSFET, and then there will be an N-type channel in between them. Okay. This also you can see here you have two types, depletion and enhancement MOSFET. In depletion MOSFET, a lightly doped channel will be there. While you are fabricating the device, there will be a lightly doped channel. But in the case of enhancement, at the time of component fabrication, there will not be any channel. We can induce the channel by applying voltages. Okay. So that we can say enhancement transistor will operate in enhancement mode only, whereas in depletion mode transistor, it can operate in both depletion and enhancement mode. That is, there will be a channel present. We can enhance the channel conductivity by controlling the gate voltage. Okay. So this is our N-channel MOSFET. So coming to the symbol, you can see this is the symbol for enhancement mode, and this is the symbol for our depletion mode transistor. Okay, and mostly here you can see this is actually our substrate. Okay, this is actually our substrate. The substrate and sources are connected together. Okay, so we are going to use this symbol for an NMOS. So you note this symbol. We are going to use this symbol for representing N-type, N-channel MOSFET. Okay. And coming to the one more thing I have to say, that is very high input impedance. We already told this FET will be having very high input impedance. In that also, input impedance of MOSFET will be greater than that of JFET because of this oxide layer, SiO2 layer. Okay. Coming to P-channel MOSFET, here you will be having two heavily doped P region that will act as source and drain. And here you are taking N-type substrate. Okay, so this is the difference. And coming to the symbol, here it is the enhancement mode and depletion mode. Okay, and we will be using this symbol. Okay, so you can take this symbol. You can use this symbol. Here actually this arrow indicates the substrate. The substrate in the case here we are showing the source. That is why the difference in the direction of arrow. Okay. Now, coming to the first topic, that is MOSFET circuit at DC. So we have to do the DC analysis of MOSFET circuit. So we can say among the MOSFET circuit configuration, one of the basic and mostly used circuit is common source circuit. That is, we can say the source terminal is at ground potential and is common to both the input and output portions of the circuit. Okay, so we are grounding the source terminal. This is common to both input and output. Now we can apply input between gate and source, and we can take output between drain and source because our source is grounded. So this common source configuration is mostly used. Here we can say this circuit can act as an amplifier. Okay, we can apply an input signal, and this coupling capacitor will act as an open circuit to DC, but it allows AC signal to pass through the gate of the MOSFET, and it can be act as an amplifier. So MOSFET as an amplifier coming lectures we discuss here. Okay, now we are considering the DC analysis, that is without applying input signal, how it will behave. That is we are going to discuss now. That is MOSFET in DC condition. So here you have an NMOS transistor. And we are considering the case of voltage divider network. That is this R1 and R2. This R1 and R2 will provide biasing, voltage divider biasing. Okay. And here at the drain terminal, we are connecting a resistor RD and the current flowing through it is ID. And at the supply voltage, we are representing supply voltage as VDD. Okay. And you have the gate to source voltage, that is between gate and source, that is VGS. And the drain to source voltage, VDS. Okay. And the drain current ID. So these are the current and voltages. Now we can say the voltage at the gate terminal. First you can find the voltage at the gate terminal. So these three parameters are mainly calculated. That is ID, VG and VDS. Okay. So voltage at the gate terminal. That is, we can say it is VGS. Okay. This is equal to what? VG minus VS. In this case, we can say VS equal to 0. So we can write my VGS is equal to VG. So what is VG? VG is the voltage at this point. That is between this point and ground. That is, we can say it is the voltage across the resistor R2. So by applying voltage division rule, we can obtain the expression for VG such that this VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. So this will be VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So this is my expression for gate to source voltage VGS in this case. See here Vs equal to 0. If the resistor is present in this terminal, we have to consider that also. Vs cannot be 0. At that case, VGS should be equal to VG minus Vs. Vs will got some values and your expression may vary. Okay. Now, next I am going to write the expression for current ID. That is, for that, assume the transistor is in saturation region. Assume the transistor in saturation region. We can say the drain current. Drain current ID is equal to Kn into VGS minus VTN the whole square. This is the expression for drain current. This is the previous semester. Okay, this is the expression for drain current. In the electrical characteristics, you have studied it. Okay, in this equation, we can say this VTN is the threshold voltage drop. Okay, threshold voltage drop. And Kn, we can call it as transconductance parameter. Transconductance parameter. Where this Kn, you remember this equation, this Kn is given by W into mu n into COX divided by 2L. Okay, where this COX is the oxide layer capacitance, that is the capacitance between that oxide layer, and this will be equal to epsilon OX divided by TOX, where epsilon OX is the permittivity of the oxide layer and TOX is the thickness. Okay, and this W and L are width and length of the channel. Actually, that is the size of the transistor. Width and length of channel. So these are the actually this Kn is a parameter, component dependent parameter. That is at the fabrication time, by depending upon the dimension of the transistor, this value is determined, Kn. Okay, and our drain current will be equal to Kn into VGS minus VTN whole square. Right. Now, one more thing. Next, we have to find the expression for VDS. Okay. For that, consider the output loop. Apply KVL in the output loop. Okay. So, you can consider this circuit. So, I am going to apply KVL in this output loop. So, what are the voltages? Here, VDD is there. And across the resistor, IDRD. And here, VDS. Okay. So, we can write the expression, that is applying KVL. It is VDD minus IDRD minus VDS will be equal to 0. From this equation, we can write VDS is equal to VDD minus IDRD. Okay. So, these are the expressions by analyzing the DC circuit in this case. Okay. So, you just remember the expression for VGS, ID and VDS. Moreover, you have to remember this ID expression. Others are actually depending upon the circuit connection. Okay. അതായത് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ എമിറ്ററിൽ റെസിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഇല്ല. സർക്യൂട്ടിൽ ചേഞ്ചസ് വരുമ്പം the expression for VGS and VDS may change. But ID will be same as this one. Okay. So we can analyze more circuits in the next class. I'm stopping here.